Welcome back, kindergarten. Today we are getting started on our moon landing project. So we are going to be able to do some drawing, even some painting, and a little bit of collage for this project. So everyone should have a piece of white paper. I want you to keep your paper horizontal like this, and we're going to start off with a pencil. So the important thing to know about what we are doing today is that we're going to include all of the pieces that are going into our moon landing scene, but they're not necessarily going to be in the correct places on their paper yet, and that's okay. We're going to cut out and collage everything next week. So let's start with the moon, because it can't be a moon landing without the moon. So in the bottom half of your paper, I want you to draw a big half circle from one corner all the way to the other corner like that. It's okay if it's not completely even. I don't think mine is either, as long as we can kind of tell it's supposed to be something round. All right, so that part's going to be our moon. The moon has some craters and that kind of thing on it, so if you want to show that, you can always draw some circles or even some partial circles in order to show that the surface of the moon is not completely smooth. All right, so in the upper half of the paper, we want to draw the other things that we are going to have in our moon landing scene. So up here, I am going to draw my rocket ship. It's okay if it's not on the moon, because we're going to cut them out and glue them together. I'm also going to draw the Earth right here. You don't have to include that if you don't want to. Maybe you want a rocket ship, the Earth, and an alien. Maybe you want a rocket ship and a couple aliens. It's whatever you want. Maybe you want to include a little astronaut. Anything that you want in your scene, you can include right here. All right, so I have drawn all of my pieces, so I'm going to switch out my pencil for a Sharpie, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Sharpie to outline the different things that I have here on my paper. All right, so I have a nice Sharpie outline around everything on my paper. So I'm going to move that to the side, and I am going to get some crayons. So I am going to color my ship and my Earth, and you can color anything else extra that you made. Leave the moon right here. We'll come back to that. Okay, you don't have to color that or the background. All right, so I have colored in my Earth and my spaceship, and anything else extra that you drew up here, you should have colored in too. The next thing that we're going to do is paint the moon. Now, we're going to use watercolor for that, and we have learned on many projects this year that if we put crayon down first, crayon will push the watercolor away. So here's an option if you would like to do this. I'm going to take a white crayon, and I'm going to draw in some details around some of the circles on my moon. I'm going to draw in some little partial circles and some other little lines, so that way I'll be able to see those details after I have painted. All right, I am now set up for painting. I have my watercolors, a paintbrush, and a cup of water over here. So we are only going to put paint on the moon. We're going to leave everything else blank. So you might be wondering, okay, well, the moon often looks gray, but I don't have a gray on my watercolor set. What do I do? And that's a good question. What I would recommend doing is taking your brush, getting some water on it. I swear I've just done that up here. It was hiding. Put some water onto your brush and make the black a little bit more watery. Black with more water will create a really nice gray color. And if it ever does get a little bit too dark, you can just put some more water on your brush, like here, like that. You can just put some water on your brush and spread that color out. After you have finished making your moon gray, you can put your project onto the drying rack so that we can finish up with our moon landing project next week.